Hey guys, don't forget to come and join us on Friday, April 28th at our Shop and Sip event at SoFlo Cake and Candy Expo.
Come shop from all the vendors and enjoy some good food and wine while you do it. See you there. Cheers.
Need a pro phone stand for live streaming? Archon mount is the way to go. Then you'll look like a pro. Use Caker's Chat promo code and get 20% off today. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us, Cakers, Bakers, and Treat Makers. It's me, Julia Kalea, and this is Caker's Chat. Hey, it's Thankful Thursday here at Caker's Chat, and I am thankful for so many things. First of all, I'm thankful for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Who do we have here this morning? We are trying to set up everything nice and juicy for you today. We have a couple of things that we need to go into. We are definitely going to be announcing the winner of the Shop and Sip giveaway. That's right. The SoFlo Cake and Candy Show was good enough last week to give away or give us a ticket to give away to the Shop and Sip event, and we're going to give that away today to one lucky winner. In addition to that, we are also going to introduce you to my friend Linda, the Stampfli of Cancun, Mexico. That's right, Cancun. We went over to Cancun, Mexico, and I couldn't resist and meet a caker. And I wanted to know a little bit more about her struggles as a caker in Cancun. I mean, how bad can it be? You have palm trees around you. It can't be that stressful to be a cake entrepreneur or a sweets entrepreneur in Cancun, but nonetheless, you know, everybody has their own type of struggles, different challenges, so that's what I wanted to hear. Let's see here, who do we have in our chat today? Good morning, Barry. How are you, my love? Let me get this out of the way here. It's only me and you, Barry. Who else is here? Oh, I love all the hearts. Take a look at that. Barry, you're from Mexico. You have your own challenges there as well. I mean, we have challenges of the weather. We have challenges of exotic places to deliver, right? Traffic. I mean, a lot of us have traffic we have to deal with, but it's kind of different. So climate proposes a challenge, and deliveries proposes a challenge. And another great thing that I found out that I never thought about is here, if you're or more than likely, if you are a sweets entrepreneur, you're marketing directly to your client. From what I understand from Linda, and you'll hear it in our chat in just a minute, is that the person she has to really market to is more the event planners, and she'll tell us how she goes about doing that, because usually her client is the event planner, and the bride or whoever's celebrating, usually it's a bride, is a only one-time customer. So it's really your event, the event planners that you're really marketing to. So, and good morning, Michelle Terry. And who is going to win the Shop and Sip? I'm excited. You know how excited I get with these giveaways. So in just a minute. And there's still time on the clock. Let me just double check over here. Let me double check, because I'm nosy. I'm nosy like that. There's just a few more minutes for you to go and enter. So you can still enter if you choose to do so now. There's still a couple more entries that you can go ahead and do. So just about now, I'm going to introduce you to my friend Linda de Stampfli of Cancun, Mexico. And the name of her business is Arte and Pastel. Enjoy.
How were you successful? Because you know, I have a good relation with a lot of wedding planners, but one of the things that I tell them, you don't only have to make nice cakes and delicious cakes, but you have to be there on time, you know, because those are the three things that, I mean, you don't want to get there when the bride is going on their honeymoon, right? So,
Welcome to Caker's Chat in Cancun, and I'm here with my friend Linda. Thank you so much for having me. The name of your patisserie is?
Arte en Pastel.
Arte en Pastel.
Art on cakes.
Art on cakes. 1 year after getting training. The only training you've ever had.
Well, I wasn't going to be waiting for too long. I'm 63 years old. You know,
So what are you waiting for? You gotta open up some shop
Right.
at some time. So you opened up Arte en
It's
Pastel.
a studio. It's not a bakery. It's a studio where, because I have to decide either I'm gonna open a bakery where I'm gonna be selling cakes, or I'm gonna dedicate my entire attention to what I love to do. So it's a closed studio. I work by appointments, and I do my tasting sessions there and consultations on the design and all that in my studio.
Service Cancun only?
No, Cancun, Playa del Carmen, the whole Riviera Maya.
Okay. And then
99% of the celebrations are on the beach. But except if they are here in Cancun, then they are in close, you know, air-conditioned places. So you can imagine we have to fight the humidity and the heat and all that. But well, it's, you know, it's always trying to find a way, and the cakes are there on the time when they are supposed to be.
where there's a will, there's a way.
Definitely.
And what are some of the challenges that you have in the that being that we are in the tropics?
Two big challenges. The first is humidity, because some days you get up and you get out and it's like you can almost swim. You know, a lot of humidity. And also, yeah, because sugar dissolves in water. So definitely we have a lot of humidity, and that's the major challenge. And the other is that many of the venues are in very exotic areas where you can sometimes, there's a place where I have to go and deliver for 2 kilometers in a dirt road that had been originally planned for ATVs.
Oh my goodness! So
So-
you can't deliver a cake on the ATV.
No. So we it takes us about more than a half an hour to go 2 kilometers to deliver.
Can you imagine that?
Oh, also you would say, well, why don't you take the cake in parts and place it there? Well, there's not enough areas where you can. It's either the kitchen where they are making the dinner, or your car. You know, so there's not really a place where you can
Assemble it.
assemble it. Yes. So
Oh my God, that's tough. I
Yes.
thought you think humidity is nothing in comparison, right?
no.
You can deal with that.
Yes, I can deal with that. I have I have developed a formula which is good for cake fondant, and also another very wonderful for sugar crafted flowers, because I always use sugar flowers.
You have your own recipe? Okay, so you have to come to Cancun to learn her special humidity-free
Fondant,
or humidity-friendly.
friendly fondant, and also
Humidity-friendly fondant.
and
HFF.
sugar paste for the flowers.
And sugar paste too.
Yeah, that's very important.
So into, definitely.
Oh, definitely. I've seen cake decorators that come to Florida and their flowers start getting all wilted, and I go like, oh, they don't know my formula.
Good one. Nice
Yeah.
secret to have. Now you've been featured on Cake Central,
Yes, twice.
in the Cake Central magazine.
Yes,
Okay. Also on Wedding Wire 2014 and 15.
yes.
Okay. And Wedding Awards 2015.
Yeah, on bodas.com, which is a
Oh,
Mexican.
bodas. Okay,
Yeah,
now I get
Then
it.
I have that on 15 and 16 also.
Okay, so that's bodas
Yeah.
for 15 and 16.
Yes.
Okay, so you were also featured on bodas 2015 and 16.
Yes.
Okay. Right now you're kind of on a hiatus, a little bit of a break.
Yes.
Why
All
is-
this year.
This whole year, 2016. Why is it important for cakers to take a break?
I guess because your passion starts becoming a business, and you don't want that. I mean, it's nice, but you have to, you know, like take it easy for a year. Well, I did not get away completely because I was giving classes. You know, I've always liked to have classes, and I started giving classes after the second year that I learned myself, you know, and I have great pupils, great artists. One of them participated in the Cake and Bake Masters in Mexico City. It's very beautiful cake. And I also have other pupils that are working in hotels that are very, very good. But I love to give classes. So that's what I did this year. You know, I said, I'm going to just get away a little bit of it because mostly the delivery is a very, how can I say, it's one of the hardest things here in Cancun.
In Cancun.
Like I say, you know, like for instance, you go to Tulum and you have to plan your trip at least 3 hours. Well, no, I go pretty much by areas.
Okay.
And
zones, you would say?
Zones.
Zones,
yes,
that's
zones,
pretty good.
Yeah,
okay.
let's say Tulum so much, Playa del Carmen so much, or Palladium, which is in between, you know, so much, or, you know, that I have like a set fee.
Okay.
You know, and yeah, then when they are exotic roads in the middle of a jungle, and also because most of the cakes, in order to hold a little bit better, you cannot deliver them at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, they have to be a little later. So by the time we get there, many times it's dark. So we're walking in the jungle in areas where you cannot even see where you go, you know, with the cake and all that. But, you know, it's part of the excitement, but that's probably why I needed to take just a little break, you know.
Wow, you have plenty of challenges. It makes me feel like I shouldn't ever complain about anything I do in New York. Traffic is traffic, but at least you're in the car, right?
Right, and then we get topes that you don't have
What's
many.
topes? Oh,
speed bumps?
Speed bumps. We have speed bumps.
Yeah, but not as many.
Not as many, I don't think.
No, and so I know how many speed bumps are between here and Playa del Carmen.
That means that she's done plenty of deliveries,
Yeah,
right?
especially my husband. He's the one that.
Why do we do that to our husbands? Do we not love them enough?
He doesn't remember when he volunteered for this job, but he's very good. Very good.
Well, he's still around, so
yes.
that's a good thing. So you must be doing something right. You have been given all these awards. Now, craftsmanship runs in your family, right?
Yes, yes.
Your grandfather was a master
silversmith.
Okay.
Yes, he was teacher to. He was actually the first teacher to the industry in the whole country.
That's fantastic. So basically, your grandfather kind of started the whole silver industry in Mexico altogether, correct?
Along with Mr. William Spratling, because Mr. William Spratling is the one that came with the idea, and he was the artist. And my grandfather was the one that turned his dream into reality, because he was the one that was making the pieces of jewelry that Mr. Spratling had in his mind.
I'm sitting here with a celebrity, really.
And a princess.
And a princess.
My background is Montezuma, so a long time ago.
I hope I don't get the revenge.
No. You're my friend. You're my friend. Montezuma is not gonna bother you.
Okay, good. How did you get into caking? It all started for you in 2009, right? You took a Wilton class.
Yes, 4 Wilton classes, because when I saw that, it was like love at first sight. You know, I saw cake decorating. This is what I want to do. And one of my pupils, actually, my pupil and my assistant, she said, you know, making cakes is like being in love. You know, I said, really? She says, that's all you think about. When you start, you know, this career and you love it, you think about cakes, you only want to see cakes, you want to eat cakes, you want to make cakes, and you want to learn everything about cakes. So she says, it's like being in love. And I said, that's right, you know.
That is a magnificent way to put it. And I will tell you something. My husband and I are celebrating 10 years of our anniversary. And here I am interviewing Linda.
I didn't make a cake for you, my God.
No, it's quite all right. We're talking cake, and that's what Caker's Chat is all about. And it's almost an obsession.
I know. I just spent 1 weekend in Mexico City at the Cake and Bake Masters. And that's all we talk. It's amazing. You know, I don't think anybody will understand, but you can spend the whole weekend from the time you wake up till the night, till the time that you go to bed, talking about cakes.
They understand. They're cakers. They understand. That's why they tune in. And they don't necessarily stop their life to tune in, but they're watching me while they're rolling their fondant, making their sugar flowers, or doing whatever, right?
That's what it makes it so wonderful. Because for some people that, let's say they are looking for a little extra job while they are taking care of their children, they can be, you know, keeping an eye on their children while they are making sugar flowers or something like that.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what it's the, you know, that's why this industry is so
Attractive, right?
humble also. You know,
Humble.
it's so nice. You know, it has for everybody, a little bit for everybody.
A little bit for everybody.
Yeah.
Tell me just briefly a little bit about Cake and Bake. Cake and Bake was basically Mexico City's first
Cake contest.
cake contest.
Yes.
Did you meet a whole bunch of people that you might know?
Oh yes, I met, I saw, of course I saw the Colette Peters, and I saw Roman Israel, which to me is really an honor to meet him. I have met him last year in Orlando, but I saw him there. I saw lots of Mexican and also South American chefs that were doing some, and actually another chef from Spain, Mr. Jose Torreblanca. He's a sugar artist. He makes beautiful things with the sugar. There was a lot of people that were, you know, they were giving conferences, but also I met a lot of colleagues, you know, that are also starting in Mexico, but they are wonderful artists also.
Isn't that fun to meet your cake friends?
Yes, definitely.
Get together?
Because we met sometimes by Facebook, and finally we are putting a face to the person, you know, we go like, hey, how are you doing?
I know you.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, they were saying, oh, are you the lady from Arte and Pastel? I said, yeah, oh, I've seen your face.
Hey guys, what do you guys think of Linda? Isn't she awesome? She's so friendly and so loving, and you can actually see what a passion she has for caking. And what she said there was really kind of spoke volumes to me. How many of you have realized how obsessed they truly are with caking? It's an obsession at this point, right? All you can do is talk about it. When you find somebody talking to on the topic of cake, you could talk about it for hours. And once you find a caker who can kind of just understand what you're saying and get you and know why you're sleepy and know why you're exhausted, but you can't stop because you're making flowers, right? It is an obsession and it's crazy. And I loved, did you guys hear what her assistant said? It's like being in love. All you can think about is cake and flowers and doing sugar pieces. Can you guys relate to that? Good morning, Tisha. Michelle, did you go ahead and enter to win? I see the hearts, right, Edith? I know you feel it. I know you guys are obsessed with it. You have to be. Good morning, Edith. Good morning, Tisha. Michelle, we have little over 7 minutes, maybe 6 minutes to enter to win. Let me double check that for you. I'm just clicking away over here because I want to make sure that you guys, we have just a few more minutes before we give away the SoFlo Shop and Sip tickets for that awesome Shop and Sip event at the go ahead and do that, and then go over to the Cakers Chat SoFlo, Cakers Chat page on the left-hand side on the tab where it says SoFlo Shop and Sip giveaway. You can still, you have 3 minutes. 3 minutes to enter to win and then hop back in. I know, she's crazy. Why are you send me away from the broadcast? Because I want you guys to win. That's why. I want you guys to win. So go and enter. You have 3 more minutes, okay? And how many people, because Linda was talking about going to the first ever Mexico hosted the first ever cake contest and show where everybody met up. How many of you guys are going to cake shows this year? I mean, cake shows are important for so many reasons. To compete. We've talked about this before. Why is competing important? Because you push yourself. It's not about winning. Really, it's not. Winning is gravy. Okay. It's about pushing yourself where you're going to make a cake that is not necessarily commissioned. You're pushing the boundaries of your own abilities, and you could possibly do cakes that you thought you never could. Okay. That's one. Two, networking. We talk about networking all the time, getting to be around people who understand you. And not only that, but maybe you guys can discuss technique. It's all about networking. So how many of you guys are going to cake shows this year, and which ones are you going to? Hi, Debbie from South Carolina. Thank you so much for joining us. You have 2 more minutes to enter to win the SoFlo Shop and Sip giveaway. What's the Shop and Sip giveaway? Well, SoFlo Cake and Candy Expo was good enough to give us 1 ticket to give away on our broadcast, and that's what we're doing here, where you go down to the SoFlo Cake and Candy Expo, a 3-day show basically, where you can shop, take classes, network, compete. Go out there and check them out at the miamicakeexpo.com. And if you want to do the shop and sip, it's the opportunity to sip on some yum stuff and shop for amazing stuff. You have your first hands at touching all the wonderful cake toys. Next, I want you to find out a little bit more about Linda. And Linda is going to be explaining, she has this sweet way of explaining how she feels about her clients. And when we get back, I'm going to announce that winner. See you in a few.
No, it wasn't. People said it was pretty, but I didn't think so. And then I took one first class. Then my instructor allowed me to have second and third course together. And you know what? My husband waited for me outside Michael's 2 hours every day that I had the classes.
Are you serious?
No. He had his Sudokus though, because it was kind of a half an hour. So he said, by the time I go home and by the time I come back, it's probably gonna take me, all the time. So I'll wait for you.
How supportive.
Very supportive.
How important is it to have somebody supportive in your life of
Yes.
your craft? How important is that?
Definitely, yes, it is because, not only that, once I finished the classes, he said, okay, now you know how to decorate. Who's gonna bake the cakes? You don't know how to bake. I said, you are gonna bake the cakes, because he's an excellent baker. So he said, me? I said, why not? I mean, you're retired. You don't have anything else to do. So why don't we get
So you're
in this?
giving him a job?
So I gave him a job, but you know what? He has a lot of common sense, and so he didn't only bake the cakes, but he knew how to prepare them exactly, perfect, to make them nice. He bought himself one of these levels, like the ones the Masons use,
Mm-hmm.
and then he used a fleximeter and all that. So he had the cakes completely straight and really, really nice, So he helped me for about 4 years. I remember the first time I was gonna make a wedding cake, and he said, "Are you really gonna make a wedding cake?" I said, "Honey, I have to make one wedding cake sometime.
It's gonna happen eventually."
It's gonna have to happen." He said, "Okay." So we made it. The first cake that we sold was for christening. It was a devil's food cake, and everybody loved it. And,
How can you go wrong with devil's food cake?
definitely,
Delicious.
yes, delicious. So they liked it a lot. Then we made a wedding cake, and then the people start talking to each other, recommending it to each other, And so then that's how we started. And I think part of I would say the successful of my business was that I was kind of the first. Well, there was another guy that moved away from Cancun, but he was the first one. But then I was the one that was more settled here for the first, so everybody was looking at those cakes, and people used to ask me, "Are they real?" When you cover them with fondant, they don't really look like real cakes.
Right.
So sometimes they will say, "Are they real?" And I remember one wedding cake that I made for a girl. I said, "How did you like your cake?" She said, "I love them."
but I have one complaint. And I said, what? You know, I was so concerned. She said, my complaint was that the photographer, my guests, and everybody almost told me, can you move a little bit because we have to take a picture?
You like complaints like that?
Yeah, I do. She said, no, I'm just kidding. I love my cake, you know. And that's one thing that I say, you know, brides have three things that they know what they want. The groom, the dress, and the cake. Don't you think
That's
so?
a good tip.
Once they put an eye on that, they know what they want. They don't want to change it. So you better make it the way they want, the way that they're expecting. No? So, yeah, so then I start, you know, making friends with a lot of wedding planners, and they're all very, very nice.
How did you meet your wedding planners and making friends with them?
Well, I guess they were contacting me by, you know, by friends or something. And
By word of mouth?
Word of mouth. And then, yeah, and I have always liked all of them, you know. I know, I understand their position, that sometimes they have things that they need to be changed last minute, and I'm always willing to help them.
So you're flexible with them?
Very flexible, yes, because I understand what they go through. So I'm very flexible.
Are you able to be flexible?
Pretty much.
If they ask you the night before, listen, I need another 25 servings to cake.
I don't think that I have never had that situation.
So what are they asking you for? What's the flexibility they're asking you for?
Sometimes they add more portions. You know, as long as it's, let's say, with 1 week in advance, I can always add. Or sometimes they say, can we get it a little earlier? That's probably a couple of days before. And if I had already planned my schedule, let's say, or my deliveries, I have to switch everything. Or sometimes, you know, like, that's probably the most of things that happen, you know, can you deliver a little earlier? And that's one of the things. But other than that, they're very nice. And like I say, I'm always willing to help, you know, because I know what they go through. And to me, they were my most important customers, you know, my wedding planners, because they were always very nice.
And they're always going to come back to you, as opposed to a bride here in Cancun. It's a one-time deal. You're really not going to see that client again, right?
Exactly.
More than likely, no.
Unless they come for the anniversary.
Cool. Mostly hotels and brides, or do you have other people who, I guess, locals versus hotels?
Mostly wedding planners. Mostly wedding planners, because they are the contact. I also, well, a lot of people also find me on the web. You know, they talk to me directly. With the hotel, like I say, one of the three things that the bride wants: the room, the dress, and her cake.
That's fabulous.
I had a bride that said, I picked my cake before I ever met my husband. No, my future husband, you know. So they know what they want from long time. And they want it for the most important day of their life. So why not?
And we can't disappoint them.
No.
Why should we be the ones that disappoint them?
Exactly.
And no hotel's going to stand in their way.
Right. There you go. There you go. That's something that we have been trying to get, you know. Because, like I say, they have this dream. They know what they want for their wedding. And they are not going to get the cake that they want, you know.
It seems to me, from what I get after chatting with you, that you are very sympathetic to the brides and your clients and their needs. You're very in tune with that.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
When I am making the cake, the day that I have to deliver to the bride, I'm thinking of her. I'm thinking, oh, maybe she's up already? She's probably getting her makeup. You know, I feel like the mother of the bride, because I know how important that cake is going to be for her, you know. So I've all day long, when I'm putting flowers here and there, I'm thinking, oh, she's going to see these, you know, she's going to, you know, it's so nice. It's a nice feeling to be part of somebody's life, you know, and it's going to be the most important day of their life. To that point, you know, then there'll come the children and everything else. But to that point, it's going to be the most important day of her life. So, like I say, and I tell my assistants, you know, when you make a cake, you have to be thinking of her. Is she dressed already? Are they putting their makeup and all that? You know, I've always thought like that because, like I say, it's you know, it's unique. You cannot say, okay, I'll make it better next year. You know, no, that has to be perfect. When it comes out, it has to be.
It's so personal.
Yes,
It's so personal to you.
Yes, it
I
is.
can see the passion.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've always liked people. You know, I've always worked with people, and I think this is the opportunity for you to be close to them. You know, I was telling you before, I have a lot of things to be thankful in my life. So it's a way to kind of give back. You know. So
Also, it's part of your culture as well, right?
yeah, Mexicans are very hospitality.
Tell me about that. I mean, I've come to Cancun for a number of years now, and I've gotten to know the Mexican and Mayan, and that whole culture is very hospitable and so loving. Tell me a little bit about that. Where does that come from?
Well, I guess it's part of our Latin, I guess. You know, with Latinos and Latin and all over the world, they're very enthusiastic and all
Yes.
that. Maybe that's part of it, you know. But I guess we live in a nice environment, and we want to share. You know, we want you to feel welcome. Mi casa es su casa.
Yes, mi casa es su casa.
So
In 2009, basically, you said you wanted to go to Michael's just to kill some time because you were super bored, right?
Right.
And you started taking wilting classes, and that's when your love for caking began.
Definitely, yeah, that was, like I say, love at first sight. I said, this is what I want to do, because I have tried to make one that I've seen, but you don't even want to see it. You know, some people say, oh, it's pretty, but I think they were being polite, you know? So sometimes I show it to my pupils, and I say, see, there's hope. Because I put the comparison of that cake and the one that got the award, third place in the Orlando.
2015, you got third place in the professional level at the America's Cake and Sugar Craft Show, and also a silver medal for craftsmanship, right?
Yes.
That's amazing. So you're saying there is hope.
There's hope for everybody. Yes, definitely. When you put your heart into that. And, you know, I always say you have to take your time to do a cake, you know. Don't wait till last minute. Because if you take your time, first of all, you don't feel it like a job. You know, you do it with your heart, and then you do your little decorations, and you put them all together, and then you look at it and you say, okay, here goes another one of my babies, you know, and then you take it to the place, and that's what really pays, you know, when people look at it and they go like, oh wow, you know, so that's nice. That's really what pictures that she's gonna show to her grandkids. I actually have a picture of my mother, you know, her cake. I'm gonna put it on Facebook one of these days.
Oh, that'd be
And
fantastic.
her quinceañera cake also. Yes,
my
I have
goodness.
that. Yeah. So I just found it in my sister's pictures. But see how long or how important it is. See, my mother's 15 años were like 60 some years ago, and I'm still, you know, looking at it.
It's
so,
the centerpiece of our celebration.
art.
Linda, tell me this. You basically took 4 wilting classes and opened up your own business. You didn't wait for any more education. You didn't wait for any more training. You didn't wait for the perfect moment. You just opened up the shop.
Yes.
thank you, Juliet, for the opportunity to have met you and be connected with other people through Cakers Chat. You're very welcome to come to Cancun as many times, and thank you again. La Stampfli de Arte en Pastel aquí en Cancun.
Hey, did you guys enjoy that? I love watching her. I really, truly do. And it's because also meeting her in person and seeing how open and in love she is with caking, it literally was like watching somebody who is in love, and you know, somebody who started off just taking wilting classes. And I say just taking wilting classes, but you know, somebody who started off like, you know, to say this in a way, like later on in life and still had this gusto to open up a business. That was so inspiring to me. I don't know if that inspires you, but it inspires me a lot. It really does. Evelyn, it inspires you? Oh, good. I'm glad that it does. Michelle, I tell that to my clients, and I'm honored to be part of their special moments. And it's true. And you know, Michelle, it's important that you do tell them that, because half of this is, it's good that we have to, you know, it is a job and we do have to pay bills, but there is a true passion behind it. And that's why we are people pleasers first, right? And we do our best for our clients, right? And we want to make them happy. And you saw the way that Linda was describing her bride. She had a personal relationship with every client, even if she hasn't met them. She knows what the client's needs are, you know, and she's thinking of the client when she's putting on the flowers, whether she's, you know, doing her makeup or taking her photos. Is she nervous? Is she thinking of her groom? And what did you think about when Linda said, when she was like, well, a bride already knows what she wants from a little girl. She knows what she wants in her groom. She knows what her dress is going to look like, and she knows what her cake is going to look like. And she's so right about that. She has a lot to say, that she speaks from experience, and she's dealing with brides on, you know, and you're talking about destination brides. I think there's like kind of, you only have one shot to get this right. You're dealing with wedding planners, and they have to get it right. So you have to kind of keep on your toes and make sure you got this right the first time. Like Linda says, you can't say, well, you know what, I'll get it right next year. That's not right. I mean, can you relate to her? Do you guys think of your bride and your, even, you know, whoever's having a birthday party, or if it's their first birthday party, it's really the mom or the dad that's really anticipating that time more than anyone else, or your bride. And that's so wonderful to think of that. It's so, you know, full of hearts and unicorns and rainbows and such, right? Michelle says, if you really think about it, your child only the first birthday, sweet 16, and they put so much trust in me to provide an awesome product. It's so true. I say that all the time to my clients. I say, thank you for honoring me to be part of your celebration. Because even Linda said at the end, she has her mom's quinceañera cake picture. Like, that was a highlight, right? How many birthday parties do you have of you running around? I really don't have that, but I might have one with me holding up the knife to like cut the cake. Right? Or me eating a piece of cake, right? How did you know it was a birthday party? Because there's a piece of cake in the photograph. So it truly is, or has become, the centerpiece, or has been always the centerpiece of our celebration, something sweet, right? Evelyn says, it's true. As women, we know what we want or dream on how our wedding will be, right? It's true. I mean, we do dream about it, and then reality sets in and budgets. But yes, we do. We start envisioning these type of things beforehand, and I think that's very insightful of Linda to think of that way. Even though these are people who are traveling usually to Cancun to have a wedding, it's not any less of a wedding. It's just as special, if not more, because it's more intimate. And I love the way that she put that. And there's something that I truly adore about her. Like I said, she started caking later on in life. She picked it up as a hobby, but she loved it so much, and the passion became so intense, she had to make a business out of it. And that's what I encourage you to do. If you can't stop thinking about it, go do it. Go do it. Why wait? Give it a try. Get all your ducks in a row, you know, and do whatever you have to do to set yourself up for success. Don't be afraid, or you can be afraid, but do it despite being afraid. That's what you need to do. But don't be afraid now, because now we're going to go and pick a winner for the Shop and Sip giveaway. Who is ready for that? The Shop and Sip. I cannot wait. There's going to be desserts there. I think there's going to have some hors d'oeuvres there. There's going to be something to sip on. There's going to be swag bags. I'm going to be there. A whole bunch of cakers are going to be there. A whole bunch of vendors, one-of-a-kind vendors are going to be there. And if you choose to, and you don't want to travel back home with all your goodies, you can ship it back home. I mean, I am really overexcited. I'm going to be I'm overexcited to be going down to South Florida, to Miami, to the Shop and Sip event, and we will be there live streaming, and we will be live streaming during the whole 3 days. Oh my God. Am I going to have enough cake? Yeah, there's going to be enough cake for everybody. Enough cake for everybody to go around. So what I'm going to do now, let's go over to our winner picker over at Gleam. I think that's what it's called here, Gleam. And we are going to pick a winner of the Shop and Sip. Are you guys ready? Who wants to win? I do. Okay, let me see. See if I can get my camera around. Oh my God, I get so nervous with these things. Okay, let me know if you guys see it. And the winner is, I don't know if you guys can see, you can definitely see my Apple thing. You can't see it. There he is, Maurice Shelton. You are the winner. If I can get, there you go. There's so much sunlight in here. Maurice Shelton, you're the winner. I hope you're in the house. Hi, Evelyn. I'm sorry, but you can definitely come and see me there. Maurice Shelton, give him a shout out. Let's see who Maurice Shelton is. And I want to know, you got to bring me cake now because you won. No, that's not true. But you do owe me a hug. You do owe me a hug. You got to come over and say hi to us over at our booth. Congratulations, Maurice. We're going to put that over in the chat box. Give him a shout out. Make sure that he goes to the Shop and Sip. Yes, congratulations, Maurice. Yes, Evelyn, in Latin, the quinceañera cakes are big, right? It's a big event. Weddings are a big event. I mean, you know what? It's a cake. I celebrate every day. You know, it is a big deal. And the fact that cakes have become or are or have always been a centerpiece is a big deal for us. And as far as being a caker who is in it, you are part of that celebration forever. Your work of art is a part of that celebration forever. And because of photographs and videography and all this stuff, you get to have a photograph that lives on. The cake might be gone, but the memory is still there. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, please go ahead and share this broadcast. Let's show Linda some love. Go over to Arte and Pastel on her Facebook page and show her some love. She's such a wonderful, kind-hearted human being. If you ever need a cake and you're in Cancun, hit her up. She's in the city of Cancun, but as you heard, she does deliver all over the place on an ATV, on a dirt road in the dark. She's my hero. I don't do that. It is amazing. Okay. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the Cancun Cakers Chat. I hope to go there again. Next time I want to bring you with me. Who's going to join me over in Cancun? We should do that, right? Yeah, let's think about that. I want you to take this week and get inspired by what you heard from Linda and go out there and take whatever you have and work with it. Be inspired. Inspire the next person. Do the best you can. Love yourself. Okay? As much as I love you. Stay sweet. Stay tuned. And I'll see you soon. Bye.